one thing about like it's someone who is, not the habitual liar, but the person who became a habitual liar because of the, drinking and everything like that, is that you also have this thing where I think people have like breakdowns a lot when they're habitual liars, is because it's not only that things get revealed and they start to have that defensiveness and they kind of like crumble under it, but I think it's also because you have this strange thing where you have like your sort of normal world, the way the world is, and then you have your lie world. And it's so hard to keep those things together because it's just like, reality constantly like smacks you in the face, and you kind of have like for me at least, I had an understanding of like what quote unquote like everything was, which is just about most of my other life, except the lie world started infecting all that because now I have to lie about like things at work, or now I have to just. And so when they start, like, I would have these breakdowns over time because when they'd start to like merge together, I started to not even know what was true. I guess this would go to the point where people start believing their own lies, or like so many times I would just be like, wait, what's the true thing?
Yeah.
Because I'd be lying so much that I would just be like, wait, shit, I forgot what the actual true thing is.
Right.
And you'd have those moments where it's just, sometimes I would just be like, in mid-conversation, be like, wait a second, Dave, what are we lying about now? Because you almost get into a habit of just lying just because,
And you agree that it's debasing.
Yes.
It debases you as a person, and like it weakens your sense of self-respect.
Oh, absolutely, because you still know, regardless if you start mixing up, the real and not real, you still know you're lying.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that when your word becomes shit, like even if you're getting away with the lies, when your word starts to become shit, the word is like, your word is such a integral part of just who you are that no matter what, everyone has their word. Like even you could be the most successful, honest, great person, or you could be like a person that struggles to like strive for like good morality and stuff, or you could be a homeless guy or a CEO, or you could be whoever. Everyone has their own word. So when you start to take that away, like that's the most basic thing that you can have for integrity, and now you're getting rid of that. So now you could be whoever you want to be. You could be a person that provides. This is another thing in addiction. You could be a person that provides for the family. You could be a person that like kills it at work, kills it with like friends and stuff like that. But at a certain point, when you lose your word, that's such a basic thing that it's like, why does that other stuff start to matter?
Absolutely.
You don't have this like.
Absolutely. I think that's so important. And there's that reputational damage that even liars who think they're getting away with lying, a lot of times behind the scenes, people will know that they're not being told the truth, and they don't want the direct confrontation. They don't want to call out a family or a friend member, but there's a little bit of like a loss of respect because they feel loss of respect. When you lie to somebody in a relationship, that person feels like you don't respect them enough to tell them the truth, and they start to see you as a liar, so they lose respect in you, and they get a sense that you don't have respect for them. And that reputational damage is important because we're social beings. And, evolutionarily, like, words are important. Are you going to be loyal to the tribe? Are you going to, when the animal comes, play your role in this hunt, right? Etc. Like, it's important that we are people of our word. And when that gets betrayed, a certain social cement begins to loosen and break down. So it's really, like, ingrained in our evolutionary behavior to have reputation, but it's also ingrained, of course, to lie. Because, lying is pervasive throughout human species, time, culture, place. Even people that are that strive to be honest people have moments where they are not fully honest with themselves and with others. And so there's obviously a sort of social advantage as well as a disadvantage. The social advantage is lying can be helpful, can be advantageous if people don't find out.
Well,
the moment they find out, though, that advantage becomes a disadvantage.
And those